Okay, welcome to the second part of the test review video. Let's look at the fourth question. So I'm going to solve just the C part of it because the others you can do. I've explained in my first video how would you go about that. So if you see, he's saying find the values for x if f of x is equal to -4. That means in place of f of x, I'm plugging in -4. Let's see what happens. Let me write my f of x first. F of x is equal to -3 square root of x minus 2 plus 2. 2 is outside. Now he says f of x is -4. So plug in -4. -4 is equal to -3 times square root of x minus 2 and plus 2. Now subtract 2 on both sides. Your equation will now become -6 is equal to -3 square root of x minus 2. Now you still have -3 attached to the square root. My idea is to clear off all those things that are attached to the square root. It'll be much easier to work with. So I'm going to divide this whole equation with a -3. You'll get 2 on your left hand side and a square root of x minus 2 on the right side. So he's asking for you to solve for x. So let's see. This is like square on both sides. This is minus 2, by the way. Square on both sides. This will become 4 is equal to, and I square it, let me write it down. Square, right? So now this is just x minus 2 is equal to 4. So what is x? Add 2 on both sides. You will get the value of x as 6. So he is asking you to verify. So you must have drawn this graph and you should just check for a value of x equal to 6. What is your f of x? You just verify your points here, and if it is really existing here, then you are good to go. So let's take the next question as let's see, this one. Write the equation of the transform function where g of x is a reflection of f of x over the x-axis. So take your original parent function, do the transformations on it. Remember, the vertex form is y equals a times square root of x minus h and plus k outside the square root. Many students, I tell this all the time because many students they write the square root on top of k also, which is not correct. Okay, so he says g of x is a reflection of f of x. So immediately we see that g of x has a negative sign in front of it, because when a is negative, you will find that the graph reflected. Translated 3 units to the right. So 3 units to the right. So that means it is square root of x minus 3. Did he talk about transformation vertically? He did not. So there is no plus k here, so k is 0. But he's saying it's stretched vertically by a factor of 2. That means a is a 2. This is your g of x, right? Once you get this, the rest of the procedure is the same. He's saying fill in a table of values to represent g of x. So you take, you choose your values, you choose starting from 3 because your vertex is at 3. If you plug in any negative values for x below, if you plug in any values below 3, you will get negative values, and square root of negative values is imaginary. You can't plot them on a Cartesian plane. So you start out with this, your k is 0, and you fill in these values. What if x is 4? 4 minus 3 is 1, and square root of 1 is 1. So 1 times -2 is -2. and so on and so forth. You can choose your x values and find corresponding g of x values. For now, the question leaves you here, but if you were to to plot this graph, you should be able to do that easily. And also, you may even list out the domain and ranges of the g of x also. So that I will leave it to you. I want to do one word problem right now, so let's move on to a word problem. This is the best problem I can choose. The formula that Galileo used to study the behavior of a marble rolling down an inclined plane can be written as this guy, where t is the time required by the marble to travel a distance d down the inclined plane, and k is a constant that is unique for the setup of the inclined plane. So the first question is, solve this equation so that d is expressed as a function of t and k. What does it mean? This actually means that you should bring this given equation into something like d equal to and bring out the formula. So let's work on this. So we have t is equal to square root of d over k, and we need to square on both sides because we have to get rid of the square root. So let's square on both sides. So t squared is equal to this square. So in effect, you'll get t squared is equal to d over k. The idea is to find the value of d. So cross multiply your k, you will in fact get d as k times t squared. So this is your equation. Now he says the students found that the value of k for the setup was this number, 12.82 centimeter per square. Find the distance traveled in 5 seconds. So he says t is equal to 5 seconds and k is equal to 12.82 centimeter per second square. You need to plug these values into your equation here to find the distance traveled. So you're all good at calculators, so you can easily find this out. 12.82 times 5 squared. And let me see, I have a calculator here. So I see that this is 12.82 times 25 is 320.5, and please write the units. He's saying centimeters, so this is centimeters. So D is 320.5 centimeters. Okay guys, the other two are same as this one. I was just wondering if I can do some couple of pre-AP questions. So the on-level guys may choose to stop the video here, but I would continue because it's good to know what is how do we work with some pre-AP questions. Take the challenge, guys. So we have, I'll solve the first one here. Solve the square root functions equations algebraically. Now let's start with the first one. I see that negative x is attached to the square root. Anything attached to the square root, we have to get rid of that. So first of all, this is attached to the square root with a plus sign. So that means negative x should be gone. So I add x on both sides. So I add x on both sides. You get x minus 9 is equal to square root of 21 minus 2x. So we have the square root by itself. There are some things inside it. So all we have to do is square on both sides here. So the question is, what is x minus 9 whole squared? Think of it as some number squared. Like if you have 2 squared, what would you do? It is 2 times 2, isn't it? Same way, x minus 9 whole squared is x minus 9 times x minus 9. You use your FOIL or distributive method or the box method to figure this out. I choose to use the formula a minus b whole squared, it's always good to use these formulas because they are like very easy when you get used to them. You really appreciate it. So this is like a minus b squared is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. In effect, what is it saying? It's saying this first term squared plus second term squared, but the middle term is 2 times first term times the second term. So it is x squared minus 2 times 9 is 18. 18 times x is 18x. So minus 18x plus 9 squared is 81. So this will be on your left hand side. So x squared minus 18x plus 81 is equal to 21 minus 2x. Now this is heading to a quadratic function, quadratic equation. So we have to make sure all the terms are on one side of the equation so that we can solve it. So this is like x squared. I'm adding 2x on both sides. So this becomes minus 16x. And you're subtracting 21 on both sides. So this is plus 60 equal to 0. Alright, so this is like a quadratic equation with an x. A is equal to 1. So we want to find the factors of 60 such that their factors add up to negative 60. So we have 6 and 10. So negative 6 and negative 10 are the best candidates because when we add them, we get negative 16. When we multiply them, we get back 60. So this is like x minus 6 times x minus 10 equal to 0. So x is really 6 or 10. The best practice is to verify them because sometimes we might end up with extraneous solutions. So let's check if 6 goes well with the original equation. So I'm writing down my original equation from the original question and I'm plugging in 6 first. So 6 times 2 is 12 and 21 minus 12 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. I'm doing some mental math, guys. So this is square root of 9 and this is negative 6 in the front. So square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus negative 6 is negative 3. Is it same as negative 9? No. So 6x equal to 6 is not a solution. So let's write 10. So we have again negative 9 is equal to negative 10 plus square root of 21 minus 20 because 2 times 10 is 20. 21 minus 20 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. So we have negative 10 plus 1 is negative 9. Yay, this works. So x is equal to 10 works for us. So this is the solution to the problem. Discard this. So this is a classic case of extraneous solutions. I think I'll end my video here because the rest of the questions are a little challenging and I really want you to stretch your mind to think about the 13th question. I know you really want me to answer the 13th one, but I'll give you a hint here. He's saying, what will be the effect on P if L here, it's not A, it's L, if L is being multiplied by 4. So if L is being multiplied by 4 and which is under the square root, when it comes out of the square root, it becomes 2 times. So in effect, it is like the P is twice as much as it was before. That's how you write it. Okay? Okay guys, I'll end the video here. Good luck for your test. Thank you.